who is the mind talking to? If we start to inquire into the thought and the thinker, and separation may come to seeing that you are not the thought, because the thought is seen to be absent, and even in the absence of thought, you are still there. The looking is still there. In this moment of space, of no thought, that experientially confirms to you that you are not a thought. And then inquiring more into who is thinking the thought, it makes us see that there is no one thinking the thought. Because anywhere you go in the mind, you will find more thoughts. And they always describe the thinker in the reference to something. The root of it is the body. It's always in reference to the body. So the root identity is with your body. And then many thoughts and ideas come out of it. So then questioning or inquiring into what is the thinker. Who is it that is thinking the thought? The thought says, I am thinking the thought. And if the seeing is very good, just the question of who is it that is thinking these thoughts is seen as just a thought. Then anything that the mind can put out is just seen through. Because no matter what it says, it's always just another thought. Oh, I'm Jake. Where's Jake? It's not anywhere here. The body is not called Jake. It is just an idea given about the body. It can be changed, yet it still doesn't change what you are. You can be called anything you want and still be without the sense that you lost yourself. If you get married, you just have a different name, right? So it's not the name, it's not your opinions, ideas, your past, because the person is always changing. Okay, so whatever happens kind of shapes the person, but still it shapes the person out of the identity with the things that happen to the person. So then you have people say, this happened to me and that's why I'm like how I am, because they take reference from the events that happened to them or the experiences that they went through. They take as a reference to what they are, and then just out of that conviction, they act out of it. If the conviction wasn't there, then they don't have to act out of it, and they would not say, this is what I am because this is my past. So your past does not define you, and that's something that you've probably heard many times, but it just does not make any sense that you would be defined by your past. It's an experience, it's useful, it's good, but it does not have to define you as a person. So what is it that you are? What is the thinker? The more you go into it, the more it seems like it's just, you more and more see that it's a ghost, it's a thought. It always has some reference, and once you get a little fed up with it, you're gonna just be like, okay, I do not want any reference. What is the thinker that just now thought this thought about who is the thinker? And nowhere where you look you will find him, because all you're gonna find is more thoughts. And then out of that, it's like, oh, that's funny. It's really funny. There is no thinker. Basically, I am nothing. Then what is it that you are if you find out that you're nothing? Because nothing can define you, and nothing can really, you cannot grab a reference of what you are, except only one thing, and that is that you see that everything is changing. Those thoughts are changing, feelings are changing, the person is changing. Anything which is or better said, anything which you are aware of is changing, it's changeful. It's an object of which you are aware of. It's not an object. An effect is a better word. So then you must be something that is not an effect. And I don't think you can really make a reference for anything except you can point towards it. Because how can you define what you are? You can only confirm things for yourself. Then if we take everything that you can be aware of and we put it on the side, or better than on the side in front of us, which that's where it already is, because it's all that you are aware of right now. What is it that you are in it? You can put the attention on the sense of I am, just like the sense of existing, but without any thought, without any idea, reference. When you put attention on the sense I am, and you dissolve or let go of any idea about it, about I am, and then adding on to it, when the I am is only pure without anything else, you start to notice that it cannot be defined. It's just like this. And it is the pure being. And when you put your attention on it and you stay with it for a while, you start to be able to confirm many things. When you detach, by detach I mean you disidentify, you just don't identify with your body and with any thought that arises. It somehow starts to burn away all this identity. And that's what I would say is the siddhi of anahata, of the heart. The heart siddhi is to burn this off. There is a conscious decision to burn off yourself. Because out of this, I am nothing, because there is no thinker, there are it's just thoughts, but they are all in reference to the body, identity. So then out of that, you just stay in the pure sense of being, and you see that you never were any of it. And in that, it burns you away. It burns you, the thinker. It burns it away. And it's seen that the being it cannot be defined. It can be pointed to, but then whatever you really say about it doesn't define it, really. So just try to keep your attention on this sense of I am, this I amness, without any idea, without touching any thought. And when it comes, it's just an effect, same as the body. So you don't touch the body, you let it do everything it normally does. You don't touch the mind, you let it do whatever it does. But watch it. Be alert with this observation and just keep inspecting into the I amness. And if you are past this, then question arises. You might still be past this, and you might have had an awakening. So then I just want to ask, if you are still having the mind talk about someone being there or to someone, who is the mind talking to? Who is the mind talking about? Is it personal? as if the mind is speaking to an entity, to a person, or does the mind take shape of an entity, of a person speaking? And if yes, then the mind is just speaking about the idea that it has about itself, that this identity has about itself. Or it speaks to that idea. But all of it is just in the mind. It's not the self having an idea about who it is, and then it's still in the mind. And that doesn't mean that there was no shift or anything. It just means keep it up and digest it more. Keep digesting, keep reconfirming. Don't just overlook it. Thank you.